Hey everybody, welcome back to Eric's Creative MTB Off-Road Independence, whatever. It's gotten all kind of mixed in together now because, well, I'm not really doing this like I was before. I'm just making videos about things that I find interesting that I think you guys would be interested in. I'm not doing as much off-roading and stuff as I had been, even though that has not gone away. I'm just trying to give you guys an update on what's all going on. Haven't been writing the articles or anything like that, even for WHAM, because I fell into a new line of work that's actually been working out pretty well. Oddly enough, it's a line of work that you wouldn't expect to involve like metal fabrication and all that kind of stuff, but because I know how to do it, it really does. My friend and I are in tree service work. He's been in it for like 28 years, owns his own company, and I started my own company because I used to do it, and now I'm doing it again. So I do my own jobs and I subcontract to him, and he subcontracts to me, and so basically we kind of share crews and do things like that, which is working out really, really nice. Because of that though, time is, occupied with getting equipment repaired and up to date, especially since this is actually a new business for me as of a few months ago. And I'm just, getting the work going. So, will I be off-roading more? Yeah, I will be. Will you see more off-road oriented videos? Yes, you will. But I'm going to talk about other things too, such as work gear that I buy and things like that, not specific to tree service only, but just general work gear that I think might be beneficial for you guys as well, or that you might want to know about. So today it's kind of a work gear beast, but it's really a daily carry knife that I got. It's a Kershaw. It's called Hotwire. So this knife right there, you can see it, and here's the knife. So this knife here is not like a crazy great knife or anything like that. It's just a daily carry for me, because for me, my work knives, my daily carry knives become work knives, and I end up ruining them really, really quickly. So what I have always suggested to the guys I work with this kind of stuff, in metal fabrication, in auto mechanic work, and in now in tree service work, is that you buy the best quality cheap knife you can get. And the reason for that is because I have a tendency to lose my knives. I had a $60 Kershaw Blur or something like that, and I had a Smith & Wesson that was like a $50 knife or something. And those are not like super, super high-end knives. Of course, you can buy pocket knives that are well over $200 or $300. But for me, it's hard to own a knife for 6 months and then break the blade, or own the knife for 6 months and lose it, which is more likely the possibility. And so I don't really think it's justifiable for me to buy a $50 or $60 knife or a more expensive knife. So me and my wife have to go back. We have like go bags put together for natural disaster and that kind of stuff. So I always keep a pocket knife in there, because pocket knives, by the way, are super, super handy. Even though they might only have one blade like this one does, they are really a multi-tool. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with these things. So I always suggest having one close by. I always keep them, around in my pocket, in my car, or something like that. This one in particular here is actually pretty impressive for the price I paid. Now, I haven't been able to find the Hotwire anywhere online for sale, but Walmart had it in store, and it was like $9.98. And I've bought some $12 and $15 knives in the past, $20 knives and that kind of stuff, and some of them are okay, but this by far is better than any of those knives that I've ever purchased, and it was like less than $10. I think $10 with what's it called, tax and all that kind of stuff. Now, like any cheap knife, you're gonna substitute blade quality for price. So the cheaper the knife, the less the blade quality is going to be. It's definitely not the same quality blade that I had on my Blur. At least I don't feel like it is. It's also a smooth blade. You don't have any serrations at the back corner or anything like that. I do like to have half smooth, half serrated on my knives, but for $10, once again, I just couldn't pass up the deal to give it a try. And this thing is sharp. I've cut myself a couple of times with it trying to do stupid things like cut zip ties or stripping wires and that kind of stuff, which, by the way, really kills your blades on your knives to your edge. But this thing actually is hell. I've used it strongly. I stripped jumper cable wires to connect them to make a lead from my battery to a crane that's like 20 foot long, and we had to strip like 12 inches of wire sheathing with this, and then strip the wire, and you had to do 6 leads, 3 on each side, and cut electrical tape with this, cut zip ties with it. I've cut all kinds of stuff with it, plastic packagings to open up things, and it's actually still pretty sharp. I'm pretty impressed with how long the blade edge is holding on this knife. I haven't sharpened it at all in like a month of use, and it's still cutting through just about everything I want. It's about time for it to get resharpened, so I'll do that with just one of those little flip out diamond sharpeners, because once again, it's a cheap blade, and I'm not super concerned about keeping exactly the angle of bevel on the blade. But so a couple of things that are positive about it is that it does have the spring assisted flip out, which is nice, makes it super handy. It does have a lock inside, the pressure lock on the inside. So the spring is pretty good. It has a pressure lock on the inside to keep you safe. So it's hard to do it with 2 hands actually. And it has a nice solid close on it. When it goes down, it closes in real well, and it makes it just secure in your pocket. It does have a belt clip on it, or a pocket clip on it. This one only hangs upside down in your pocket. You can't flip it over, which, I like the option, because this one actually I would prefer it to be hung this way in my pocket rather than that way. It is open as well, which reduces some of the weight, and it just moves fluidly. Some of the cons to this knife are that it's just like a plastic handle on it, so I don't know that would really hold up for long-term use, but so far it's held up pretty well, being banged around and things like that. The spring in it, I don't know, there's something about it that makes me feel like it's not going to last a real long time. But it is $9.98 or something like that at Walmart once again. The good thing about it is that another good thing is that it does actually have Torx head or star head screws that you can actually disassemble it and repair it or whatever and put it back together. Same thing with the clip, you can take it off and put it for left hand or right hand. So it actually has a few features of a higher end knife while being super cheap. It is a nice weight in the hand. It has a finger groove at the front for it. The back of the thumb flick has some grip there too, so it's not too smooth, but yet it doesn't stick out too far. It doesn't catch too bad. It's enough to flip it over and not catch your pocket too bad. So overall, I really do like the knife, especially for what I'm using it for. I honestly haven't seen something that beats that price for the quality yet. So I'm still looking around just to see. Thought you guys might like an update on this knife as to what it can do, or what it is and what it looks like. It has enough design to it to make it look a little bit more classy in your pocket, and it doesn't look like cheap and I don't know, kitschy. It just looks, you know, nice and sleek. Once again, plastic grip, not super great, but it is not the most comfortable knife in your hand. But for work, I don't even think about it because I'm usually in a rush when I'm using it, and it works just fine. So I hope that helps you out a little bit with an idea for a cheap knife that you can just like throw in your glove box or center console or keep on you in a tool belt or something, and that you can use. It's got a long enough blade to be useful, but a short enough blade to be fairly sturdy without it being too thick and too heavy, which is nice for working when you're using it like I am. Cuts tape and all that kind of stuff super well, cuts cardboard boxes, all that kind of stuff without any problem whatsoever. I cut paracord with it when I tie knots and I got to cut it out, or climbing rope. I cut the ends of climbing rope with it once I sharpen it, and I tape them up with electrical tape. I can cut my tree climbing rope and get that going, and it works really well for all that stuff. So is it worth the $10? In my opinion, totally. It's worth $20, but you're only paying $10 for it. So just keep that in mind. Hope that helps you out. It's a Kershaw Hotwire once again, and I'll put the name down in the description, and you guys can go look for it online and check out your local Walmart. I haven't seen it anywhere else. I'm sure that Walmart buys them in quantity. It may be a Walmart specific knife. I'm not sure about that, but I really do like it, and hopefully you guys can find it as well. So thanks for stopping by. Keep coming back. I've got other reviews to do. I've got some off-roading videos coming up soon. I've also got some other gear reviews, such as these boots that I'm wearing, and we will talk about them here in the future videos. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.